Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Harmony. I am a twin flame ascension expert helping twin flames, starseeds, and light workers around the globe to be able to expand their awareness and unlock their purpose to connect with more of who their truest self is so that they can evolve into the brightest version of themselves. So I want to welcome you today. I'm coming to you here on my Soulful Sunday, and we are having a major snowstorm. And so what perfect time to sit down with a cup of tea. And I was doing so, and it came through to me this topic to share with you today. And as I told you, I would come forward more often, more frequent, shorter videos. So this is felt like the topic that I should bring to you today. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification button. If you're returning, I just want to thank you for all of your love, your support, facilitating me in my journey, giving me that purpose to show up. And I want to also thank you all for all of the beautiful, wonderful comments and sharing to me the different topics that you'd like to hear in these newer videos I'm going to be creating that are going to be shorter and more frequent throughout the week. And I don't, again, know how this is going to unfold. Bear with me. I'm just showing up because I know that I'm supposed to, and it will fall into place as it should, which brings me to the topic of being what is the number one thing that your twin flame is teaching you, and that is trust. And so as everything I just said to you leading up for my own process here to bring to you more frequent videos, different version, it's showing up in a different way, a more an expanded, evolved way, and sometimes we can get stuck in a rut and we're not growing and expanding and evolving, which is what our twin flame came into our life to help us, activate us, as well as many teachers that are really just the mere reflection of who we are. But when it comes to this trust aspect, it is one of the major life lessons that your soul signed up and contracted to be able to learn. And I've been shown there's 11 major life lessons. There's a lot of lessons that we came here to learn. But I've been shown that there's 11 major life lessons that our soul was required to master, to go through and expand and evolve into this higher enlightened version of ourselves in order to connect with more of who we are and unlock our true self. And it takes the twin flame through the twin flame ascension journey to activate us to be able to connect to that higher version of who we are, as we know. But sometimes you forget that and you get attached to the situation, the circumstances, the person. And you also forget that the reason this is so hard when it comes to letting go of anything, and especially your twin flame, and trusting the process, is because you get stuck on it being the situation or the person or the connection. But I want to remind you, this is purifying your soul for its eternity. So you're not just releasing them, the person, the experience. You're purifying and detoxifying your soul for every timeline and every lifetime and every dimension and in every reality. And that is intense stuff. That's mastery. That's what your soul signed up to experience, these major lessons that are the grand finale to the full enlightenment of who you are. And, you know, it calls, even just for that idea, is to trust what I'm telling you, to trust yourself, to trust the process, to trust your gifts, to trust your knowing and your intuition, to trust that maybe you will or maybe you won't be with your twin. That's where you need to learn to trust that there is a predestined part of this journey, but then there's also free will in this journey. And you know, I'll invite you as we go into 2020 here, and I've talked to you about finding out what's going forward with you in the last video, so make sure to check that out. That, you know, we're being asked to go to the new level into 2020 with the new vision, the new way to do things, and so doing that's going to be taking a leap of faith to let go of all this stuff, to let go of the story, the energy attachment, the people, the partners, the experiences, because going forward, we are to align with divine purpose and divine love and a divine partner. But the only way you can do that is to find that divine love and connect to it and integrate it within yourself. And it's the self-mastery of this that matters. And until you do that, you're going to be stuck looking back and looking at the things or the person that's preventing you. So the number one question that I get over and over and over again when it comes to trusting this process is, how do I let go? So I want to share with you 11 things that can help teach you how to let go so that you can come into your ability to trust. Because this is a layering process going through this. You know, the stuff didn't accumulate within you, and the soul's memory to why you're not trusting and why you have these fears and this doubt, you know, those things are basically didn't happen. You didn't get this way overnight. So it's not going to go away overnight. And a lot of people have this fear of when they go to work on these kinds of things that they go backwards. But you're really not going backwards, you're going deeper within, because anytime you experience more, say, positivity or more love, you're going to also have to dive deeper into the shadow in order to experience potentially more pain, to expand the range within yourself as you go up in this enlightenment and connect to this higher version of you. So the number one thing that you need to do is be able to believe in you. And to believe in you means that you basically have to know what it is that you desire, what it is that you deserve, and have some respect for yourself and your feelings and your emotions to the point that that is you filling up your own love bank, and trusting that when you elevate yourself through that process of that vibration, that you are basically raising your vibration and your energy to attract towards you more of what it is you actually do desire, so that when you release what it is that you're afraid of releasing, whether it be a job, a partner, your twin flame, you know, having a conversation with someone, moving, you know, just letting go of that attachment, really. Because here's the other thing. You can change your thought in this, and you can change your actions even to some degree. But if you don't change the energy directed and the intention behind your energy of your need, you're not fully letting go. So you need to get into the vibration and learn within yourself and be able to feel your vibration through an emotional status. So that emotional status allows you to connect to your own spiritual gifts, your own vision, your own sight, your own intuition. And then we go through this process of what I call elevating our trust meter, where we're tangible and we want to see results. And so we want to see that every time we let go, then we start to believe more because we're seeing tangible things show up. And the more that the tangible things show up, the more we trust it, and the more we can let go. And the more we let go, the more that we actually evolve into the ability to trust and raise that vibration and let down the walls. And this process creates, number two, a brick wall around your heart that's blocking you from receiving all that you want. So in number two, you need to learn how to set loving boundaries. And the only way you can set them is to accomplish number one, and believing in within yourself and trusting your own intuition, and to know that, like, when something shows up, that one, you attracted it, so why did you attract it? Instead of looking outside of yourself saying, well, what, you know, that taking accountability in this basically is what I'm saying, to know that you are responsible for your perception and your projections that create the reflection in everything that shows up in your journey. So, you know, the importance of that too is to trusting really is solar plexus. So a lot of solar plexus work is going on right now. So the more you can trust, the more you let down the heart's walls to be able to receive and give love. And then that opens your throat chakra for full expression to be able to bring this into manifestation and form. These 3 chakras are really being active in a lot of people right now. So number 3 is you need to practice forgiveness. You need to find the beauty and the blessing within the situation, the experience, the pain, and know that all of that is only to be used to put into a purpose that's going to become your ability to use that pain as a momentum, as a return on its investment, that you paid the price and that you will reap your rewards and get double for the trouble. And when these things show up and these rewards, that's what I'm saying. When you build the trust meter, you're letting down the wall to let love in, and to letting down the wall's heart, because you're beginning to trust. So number 4 is practicing the patience in this, because it's a process. Don't rush this process. It is layering this process. It's about the journey, not the destination. And then when you start to really evaluate your action, which is basically part of this process, knowing that you do have to take action, but in doing so, to number 5, when it comes to that action, ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Why is this a fear to me? Where is this coming from? How do I feel about it? How can I embrace that fear? How can I honor it? How can I accept it? How can I accept whatever comes with it or around it? Or, like when it comes to your twin, you just really have to, most people I hear, I'm afraid to let go, because then, and I've even heard with this portal into the 2020, that they're afraid to even go forward because their twin's not there, and they're afraid they're leaving them behind. But the best thing you can do in this letting go is look at it by giving them the freedom to be able to let them go, in the freedom that you are doing what you need to do for you, and that your journey is predestined, and your free will part of this is to enjoy the process. And if you don't release that and surrender them and give them the freedom to find themselves, because a lot of times when the masculine's returning, or whoever your twin flame would be, you get really stuck on the idea of that it being a process of stopping you from being able to have them in the future. Well, you just have to trust that it's not, and to know that when you know what you want and deserve is in number 1, then it doesn't matter who the face is. You know you can have that, and you have to believe in that. And so what are you afraid of? Why are you afraid to go forward and own whatever that is? And then number 6 is, when you look at the outcome of that, look at what's the worst thing that can happen here. What would be the worst thing to happen if I don't do this? Or if I do this? And basically go to the end result of that. And when you go to the end result of that, then surrender to that and come to the terms that whatever that is, that you're willing to face it. And that's when your energy matters here. And that's when you can fully let go and move into your own space with this. So number 7 is you have to stay open. A lot of times people tend to think they got to close the door by letting go of their twin, and thinks it means they're moving on, and it's never a potential or possibility. That's where you have to stay open. But in number 8, stay unattached to them, your twin flame, the outcome, the people, the situation, and know that there's a bigger plan in this, and to know that you're willing to take ownership of what your part in is it. And then number 9, when you take the action, that you're moving the action towards what it is you desire, versus in the fear of what it is that they're not giving you. Say your twin in this case. Say they're not showing up, and your fears of letting them go. Well, they're already not showing up. So if you choose that you deserve someone to show up for you, which, by the way, they will show up for you when you show up for you by taking this power back that you've given away to them, that's what will bring your twin back in, and or whoever that should be. And then number 10, then you're owning your truth, because you're seeing and you're trusting this evolve and unfold. And now you begin to own that this is my truth. This is what I deserve. This is who I am. This is what I came here to do. This is my purpose. This is what I want in my partner. And then you own that, and whoever, whatever, and wherever you go with this will show up in a way that brings that to you. And then in number 11, you need to keep the energy exchange in harmony. And what I mean by that is you need to be willing to take risks to move forward, but you also need to know when to redirect your energy when things aren't bringing it in harmony and giving you those things that you own in your truth from number 11. Number 10, owning that truth. So basically then, you are then learning how to, through this process of unfolding, because everything I just told you is an unfolding process. And that's where people want defining moments. And where you're going is a process. And the reason it helps to believe in that, to know that, to accept that, and to allow that is because we can't think big enough as a human, and we would screw it up if we tried to direct that energy. A lot of times I'll get from a client, and that's new, that's like they want to know what's going to happen in a session and to tell me this or tell me that. And the thing is, first of all, the more open you can show up and trust that process, that we align for being the right person at the right time, and you come in as being open and trusting, that just bypasses and takes us to a whole new level to access things that neither one of us could pre-construct. And me as the facilitator helps you go on that journey within as wide as we can, as open as you are, coming into the trust. And I can promise you, any of my clients will tell you this, that the sessions unfold in a way that there's no way, coming from the beginning to the end, that we could have calculated that on our best day on how that was going to evolve and unfold. So, learn to trust this process through these unfolding processes. And it's more painful to stay restricted than it is to allow it to open up. It's the initial allowing that, is important. So think of this concept going forward into 2020 and to take this with you, because our goal is to have unconditional love with ourselves, and that way we can have it with someone else. And know that, in that respect for yourself, you're not willing to compromise your desires for anything less, and stop giving those people, partners, and especially your twin flame, the benefit of the doubt, because we are unconditional. And when I say stop giving it the benefit of the doubt, you've done that too long. So you're needing the other side of the lesson. It's not that you don't eventually, or you can't come back to that, but initially, how many chances or choices do they need? You go through this process as doing it one more time or hanging on a little bit longer. Is that going to change anything for the situation? No, because you've already said it. You've already done it. You've already put it out there. It's time to cut cords to the past and the way it was and what you think and how you were connected to it, because if and when your twin flame comes back, then they're going to come back in a new way, being a new partner, new relationship, new roles. And if you're hanging on to the old story, you're blocking all of this from happening. So surrender that and trust this to come forward. So thank you so much for showing up today, and make sure that you check out all the resources I have below. Check out my Reprogram Your Childhood Wounds. It's so powerful. Talk about learning how to trust. It's still in special. So, I invite you to take that leap of faith if you've been on the fence, because I cannot begin to tell you the power of that program that's even changed my own life. And you will hear more about it in that program. But I have lots of other things coming for you, and I'm excited and I can't wait, and wishing you an amazing, beautiful day filled with trust, love, compassion. And may you always face your fears, find freedom, glow forward on fire. Make sure you like, comment, and share the shine, and keep letting me know what it is you want to hear more about. Namaste.